Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my beauty favourites of 2016. I have a fair few of favourites that I think have changed my makeup game, do you know what I mean? They've just been a product that I have not been able to live without. I've repurchased once I've finished it. That's kind of the way that I see the best of beauty, is if you want to repurchase it, or if you have over and over again, you know that it is the best product on the market at the moment. So for me, I'm just going to tell you guys, I'm going to go through pretty much every single point when it comes to makeup, so primer, eyeshadow, blah blah blah. And then I'm just going to tell you my favourite and why. I was going to do a demo of each product, but I'm pretty sure you've seen me use them multiple times in my videos, and I've already just done my makeup for a tutorial and I don't really want to take it off right now. So I will give you swatches and things on the back of my hand, and I'll describe them to you so you guys can see if you want to purchase or if you've been thinking about it for a long time. Honestly, I'm not going to fob you off. There's some sections to the makeup where I can't think of a favourite because I haven't repurchased any, or I just can't. There's just not one. There's a few favourites rather than that one that stands out. So I'm just going to literally tell you my absolute favourites and must-haves and the reason why. So I've got my diary with me that I've made all my notes in. So if I look down, it's because I'm just checking to make sure that I'm doing things properly. So number one, my favourite foundation ever, and you guys, I know you're already miming the words before I've even said it, is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, and I'm in the shade 6, and then in the summer I mix 9 with it, and then if I'm on holiday I just use the 9. But I'm going to be honest with you, when I first bought this foundation I hated it. I honestly didn't realise, because I bought it because everyone else is on the Giorgio Armani hype, so I bought it thinking I am going to just love it, it's going to be the best thing ever, and honestly I hated it. I think I used it a couple of times, didn't like it, put it to the side, and then I ran out of my other foundation. I think it was the Estee Lauder Double Wear, and then I used it. I then started to really like it. I think with foundations you have to figure out the consistency and what kind of brush or tool to use with it, so I prefer a sponge. You have to figure out how much you want to put on, you know, that kind of thing. So for me, this is now my favourite. It's super lightweight, it's super dewy, but you can powder it down so it can be completely matte. It lasts long, it lasts long, why can I not say that? It lasts long on the skin. I've got oily skin as well, and it lasts all day on me. I do have to touch up powders in some areas, but I honestly don't mind being a little bit dewy. As long as I don't look like an oil slick, I am fine. Just have to build up the layers. So what I normally do is put one layer over my face, and then I'll go in with another pump or something on specific areas, which is normally down here and on my cheeks where I've got a little bit more pigmentation and things like that. So this foundation is holy grail. I honestly swear to God, if they ever discontinue it, I am going to be heartbroken. I'll show you a little pump on the back of my hand. And it has a pump, which is you know, the best thing ever. You see it on the back of my hand? The next product is my favourite primer. Now, I am obsessed with the Tinted Spackle Under Makeup Primer in Champagne by Laura Geller. I am not even kidding you. I've used this for 3 years, maybe 3.5 years now. It's been in my kit forever and always. It works on every single skin type, skin tone, because it's clear. I love the champagne one because it's got little specks of, I'm going to say glitter, but it's not really glitter. It kind of gives you a dewy finish. I'll show you on the back of my hands in a minute. So when I'm on holiday, or I've got a really nice tan and I don't really want coverage or foundation, I will literally just put a layer of this on my skin and I will look glowing and very kind of fresh. Honestly, it's a life changer. All of my clients that I've ever used it on have always asked me can you send me the link? They want to purchase it. I've repurchased it probably 1,000 times, not even kidding you. I've gone through so many of these. I clearly love it. I honestly could sit here and talk to you about it all day, but I'm just going to quickly run through a couple of things. It's an oil-free primer. It smooths and perfects the skin's texture, which 100% does, and it helps makeup last all day and keeps the true colour for your foundation. So basically it doesn't let your foundation oxidize too much, because some foundations can, especially if you put it on top of a primer that does also. So this is just a primer that's super good for the skin and just looks amazing. I'll show you on the back of my hand now what I mean by a nice little glow. Can you see that nice little glow? Obviously this is wet right now, but when you do put foundation on it, I love the skin to be wet when I put my foundation on. I honestly will have my foundation ready and I'll put this on everywhere, and whilst it's still wet I'll put on my foundation, which is the reason it gives that flawless kind of finish, because that smoothness is still there from the primer being wet. So 100% recommend, honestly, a life changer. So the next, you guys are gonna eye roll, but yes, eyeshadow primer is of course my Soft Ochre Paint Pot by MAC. I don't know where my eyeshadow game would be right now if I didn't have this in my life. I just feel like it's the best on the market. If I'm going to be honest, it is the best on the market ever. So until the day I find something as good as this, I will use this forever and always. So the next on my list is bronzer. Now I couldn't think of a bronzer that I'm absolutely obsessed with. I love the Tarte Princess Avenue bronzer, and I love the MAC Deep Dark bronzer. I love the MAC, I want to say NC42 Studio Fix powder. What else do I love? So I mean, I've got loads that I love, but I haven't got one that I've repurchased the Princess Avenue one from Tarte. I have repurchased that, but none of the others. So I couldn't choose my favourite. Sorry. On to contour. Now, I've chosen a cream and a powder. So the first one, the cream one, is obviously my LA Girl Pro Concealer in Toast. I really used to like Beautiful Bronze, but I found it too orangey for me, so I've gone back to Toast, which is on a more neutral level, and I just love it. I just absolutely love it. It honestly blends out so nicely. It doesn't leave you looking like cakey or streaky. It is the best contour ever. It has a really good pigment payoff, and some creams don't. Like when you buff them in, they sometimes just disappear on the skin, or they're so faint and light that you can't really see much, whereas this actually leaves like a true colour behind, and it's super cheap. Like, it's a win-win. Then next for powder contour is my Hoola bronzer by Benefit. I told you guys that I spent years and years putting it off, thinking, oh, everyone's just like lying and they're just, you know, all on this hype. But no joke, like as soon as I started using it, changed my contouring game. My nose contour looks amazing. It's just that neutral doesn't make you look orange, doesn't make you look grey. It's super silky, it blends out super easy. I honestly can't say much more about this than amazing. Zoom you in so you can see the colour. See what I mean? It's not orange, it's not grey, it's like totally neutral. I just love the little thing that comes in. Super cute. So I don't have a favourite eyeshadow palette, because when I have eyeshadow palettes there's normally like 3 or 4 colours that I use from it, and then the rest I don't really use. So I've just picked 3 of my favourite colours that I would not have been able to do eyeshadow without. You guys are going to know this one, but my first one is Creme Brulee from Makeup Geek. It's the perfect transition shade. Oh my god, I dropped it and it broke. As I was saying, it's the perfect transition shade, it's got the perfect undertone, it's just beautiful, and it just kind of sets off any eyeshadow look. All of my eyeshadow looks that I've absolutely adored or have got really good feedback, I've always used that for a transition shade. The next one that I love using on the outer corner that's really warm, and I've got this on my lower lash line as well, because I just feel like popping this on my lower lash line makes my eyes kind of stand out, and I used to use this all the time for brides as well, and that is the Anastasia eyeshadow in Sienna, and it's a beautiful warm kind of brown. It reminds me of Cocoa Bear from Makeup Geek, but it's a little bit more browner. And then my favourite dark brown that I haven't been able to live without, I've used 2 of these already, and yeah, this is my 3rd one, and I'm pretty much hitting pound, well, I'm clearly hitting pound on it. So it's my Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow in Fudge. I remember throughout the summer I used to use this all the time. I'm sure you guys got sick of me saying by Anastasia Beverly Hills Fudge. So my favourite highlight of this year, now I've been thinking over, because I've got a few that I always tend to use, and I just thought, actually, which one do I normally use all the time? And that is the Sleek Solstice highlighter. I'll show you which shades I normally tend to use. It's normally I mix these 2 powder ones here on the side. They have like a marble kind of look to them. I'll zoom you in so you guys can see. These 2. Let me show you. So I'm just going to do 1 swipe and 1 swipe. Look at that. 1 swipe. 1 swipe, people. I mean, the clubs don't need like disco lights, they have you. So yeah, this is my favourite highlight one. It's drugstore makeup, which is just like a bargain. The actual texture of the highlight is not glittery. Some drugstore makeup and brands that do highlighters have massive specks of glitter in it and you literally just look, I don't know, just a little bit crazy. But this highlight is so smooth and fine. The powder is honestly really, really fine. You will not find another highlighter kind of like it on the drugstore market, I think, personally, believe, whatever you want to say, that you can't really find one as smooth as this and as pigmented as this. Do you know what I mean? So you can get one that's as pigmented as this, but it'll be chunky. Whereas this is just, this reminds me of like, almost like the Becca highlights, like Opal and Moonstone. This kind of reminds me of that. So this is a massive like, thank you Sleek Makeup. Thank you. Blusher, I smashed my favourite blusher last night, RIP. Which I'm really gutted about, but I'll tell you guys anyway. I can't really show you now, but I have used it on a few makeup tutorials. But that has the Too Faced blusher, and it's the small ones, and it's called Baby Love. It's a beautiful baby pink. I don't really normally like pink blushes, but it has such a nice undertone. I am obsessed with it. I've used it, yeah, like I said, all the time, and I honestly like cried when I dropped it. It fell down there. It just like slipped. Boy. So onto mascaras. So I got this when I went to New York in September. I know it's like later on in the year, but I've been using it ever since. I've got 3. Like you guys know, I have the smallest, stubbiest, most ridiculous eyelashes ever. And this actually makes me look like I've got volumized, long, thick, separated, luscious lashes, okay? So when I tell you of a mascara that actually does it, I'm honestly 100% being completely true. And the fact that it's drugstore is just amazing. And they've got a deal on at the moment, so definitely check it out. And it is the Maybelline Falsies Push Up Angel Mascara. And it's super cute packaging. It's like purple. It's got like a darker purple like matte shade here, and then like a metallic-y light purple on top. I'll show you the one. So it's got just one-sided. Honestly, like I was skeptical about this, but not gonna lie, it completely changed. So you got spikes on one side. Like I'm not gonna lie, when I saw this wand I was thinking, what the hell? And then because it's like, so it's kind of curved, you've got tiny little spikes this end for your little lashes, and then you've got big spikes that end for obviously like your bigger lashes, and to make the outer corner a little bit more darker and pop a little bit more product on that area. Did you see that? My lights just went all funny. That makes me so scared. But it is just pure genius. The formula is really good. It doesn't leave me like dots underneath my eyes, which some mascaras do. And yeah, forever and always, me and this little one will be together. So on to concealer. You guys are going to know this from the get-go, but my favourite concealer of this year has been the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light Medium. It's full coverage, it's not cakey, it's matte, it doesn't crease, it works really well when you bake. It honestly ticks every single box. The undertones are amazing, the applicator is really big, you get loads of product in the pot, and it's a really cute little design on the little lid. So you honestly couldn't go wrong with it. The only annoying thing about it is it's always out of stock. And that is the only bad thing I can say about this product. So eyelashes would be, I've got 2 options. I go between the 2 all the time. Is my Lily Ghalichi lashes in Miami. I know they're expensive, but they're totally worth it for me. I use them all the time. I wear them on night outs, I wear them during the day. I literally love them. I'm wearing them now. They're just my favourites. They're so fluttery, fluffy. The eyelashes are separated, they're wispy, they're just so glamorous and just pretty. It makes everyone's face look beautiful, so I'm obsessed. I'll show you my Lily lashes as well, up close and personal. Then the next ones, I'm going to open this package. I know I was going to do an unboxing video, but I want to show you. So I actually just repurchased some more. So then drugstore version eyelashes would be my Ardell Demi Wispies in black. And if you go on to falseeyelashes.co.uk, I'll leave the links down below for you guys. you can get, so these eyelashes are normally £5, £6 each, but on this website you can get a pack of 4 for £10 or £11, something like that, something ridiculous like that. But if you use the code LASHED, like LASHED, you get 10% off, but you get this pack of 4. But this is where I get my Lily lashes. You can get, so you can get Lily lashes, Ardell lashes, you get House of Lashes. You get loads and loads of brands. They've got Eyeshadow, they've got a massive like website full of brands of eyelashes, and they are like the cheapest when it comes to eyelashes. Okay, so liners. Now I couldn't pick just one. I've got, because for my winged eyeliner I do gel and felt tip, so I had to pick 2 gels and 2 felt tips. So the gels, my favourite, I use this pretty much like, I want to say like 9 months out of the year, and that is the Maybelline Gel Eyeliner in black, and it's the Eyeshadow Lasting Drama Gel Eyeliner. It's a 24-hour wearing one. It doesn't say it's waterproof, but honestly it is. I pop this in my waterline as well as doing my gel liner. I did this for brides who were crying throughout the day, and honestly they'd message me and say they had no problems with anything leaking or anything smudging. So that is an amazing one. It's like pretty much waterproof. And then I also like the Sigma Wicked Gel Eyeliner. I've been using that recently and I really love that. They're pretty much like the same product in one. And then felt tip liners. I pretty much again use this for like 9 months out of the year. That's the Master Precise Maybelline Felt Tip Liner. I'll zoom you in a minute so you can see the difference. But this eyeliner is just like, the tip's quite, the actual felt tip is quite long, but it's super thin. Like you can get a really clean, sharp eyeliner with it. And then the other one is the Tartist. It's like a duo, so you get a kohl on one side but then a felt tip on the other. I personally only use the felt tip liner. I've only used the kohl like maybe once. But this is like the blackest felt tip liner I have ever used, to the point where when I put it on my eyes and I want to try and smoke it out with black eyeshadow, the black eyeshadow isn't dark enough to cover it. Like you can still see the eyeliner. That's how good it is. So this is the Tarte one. Like, I mean, it's so black. And then you've got the Maybelline Master Precise, so it's teeny tiny at the end. On to brow products. You guys are already going to know, my absolute favourite for years has been the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade, and I went from dark brown and I'm now medium brown, and I honestly love it. Like, obviously I love other brow products, but this just kind of, you can do whatever with this. You can have it really dark and heavy for your brows to be really dramatic. You can put a little bit on and make it softer. You can use it as like eyeliner. It honestly doubles up for so many things. It's waterproof, it's smudge proof, it lasts all day. Like, it's just insane. This is such a good makeup product, and honestly, obviously Anastasia is known for her brows, so you wouldn't really expect anything less, and you get everything that it says on the tin. So next, I think that's it for makeup. I couldn't think of anything else or any other products that I would mention as being my absolute holy grail. I'm not saying that I don't love everything else I've used. Obviously there's products that I really love, but these are my absolute favourites. So next I want to talk to you about my favourite perfume, and every time I wear this everyone always says, oh, it smells like Amy, you smell like Amy. Like when we went on a benefit night out and Rachel, we were getting in the taxi and she stumbled over and like fell into me and she goes, oh, you smell like Amy. So this is like my smell. I smell like this all the time. And it's just one of my favourites. As you can see, I'm like literally out. There's a tiny little bit at the bottom and I'm trying to save that for when I go to LA. But yeah, this is the Lancome, I've got to try and pronounce it right, La Vie est Belle. I'm going to have it in front of me because I can't actually pronounce things, you guys know that. So this perfume is the Lancome La Vie est Belle Eau de Perfume. It's just the 30ml bottle. It's just so cute. I think the bottle is so pretty. I love the little ribbon that it has around it. It's just super cute. This is like the perfect size as well for my dresser. And as you can see, it's sort of in there. And the actual perfume's like a pinky colour, and it just smells divine. Like it's got a very, I say it's sweet. It's not really, really sweet, as in like sickly sweet. It's a little bit fruity, and it's fresh. And it lasts all day. Honestly, some perfumes I've tried, especially like the Paco Rabanne. They smell amazing, but they just don't last on me at all. I'll put it on and within an hour I can't smell it anymore, no one else can either. Now this, you can smell it, like your friends can smell it. You know, like sometimes I'll be in a club and someone, like no joke, a guy was stood like 2 places down. He was like, someone smells really good, and then he was like trying to smell everyone, and he came to me and he was like, it's you smell really good. So, you know, I'm like a flower and I attract all the bees. This bottle lasts me 4 months. 4 months? Yeah, 4 months this bottle lasts me, and I use it nearly every day. So, and it's only 30 milliliters. They do a 50 and a 75 and 100, I believe. But I'll leave the link down below for you guys. But this is my favourite perfume ever to date. So I also want to tell you my favourite nail varnish. I honestly love Barry M. They are one of my favourite like nail polishes. They come off super pigmented, really creamy, like a nice like thick layer of nail varnish, which I love. I hate it when you do like a coat and you basically can still see your fingernails underneath. But this is the Coconut Infusion Nail Paint, which is my favourite like range. And this nail varnish is in Sunkissed. It's a beautiful nudie shade, as you can see. It's like a beigey nude, but on the creamer side. So it's like a creamy, beigey nude. And it doesn't chip. It lasts all the time. I have it on top of acrylics. But a lot of people always say that their nail varnishes like still wear off on acrylics. It literally lasts until I get them changed. So I also want to tell you about a product that's pretty new to the UK, I don't think. I don't even know if it's in the UK, but I picked this up in America and I've used it for so many nights out, and when I tell you it saves your feet, it saves your feet. I was going to demonstrate it, but I was like, I hate my feet and I'm not going to show you, so I might show you on my arm. Maybe I'll do a little demo. But it's called Preheels. So if you've got a pair of heels that like rubs your toe or something, like I personally use this for like my toe area, because you can't really put a plaster there or anything like that because it'll just come off because it just gets sweaty and like hot. Sorry, I know TMI, but it does. So basically this is a spray that creates like a really like thick, long-lasting barrier between your skin and the shoe. You have to apply a couple of coats and leave it to dry obviously, but it's just like putting, you know, one of those blister pads on. It's just like putting one of those on, apart from it stays. So it's not going to peel off in your shoe. It's not going to get hot and then fall off. It just stays there until you rub it off at the end of the night. This has saved my feet from heels. No joke, like it's the real deal. So basically you shake the bottle, you hold it a few inches away from your foot. I'm just going to do it on my arm. And then you spray. And then you let it dry. About 30 seconds to let it dry. So as you can see, you see that? It's drying on my arm. I probably did it on the worst area ever because I'm going to have to peel it off and it's going to be like wax. Great. And then you spray another layer, and then you spray another layer. I probably do about 3 to 4 layers, creating that barrier. But honestly, it's the best thing I've used when it comes to blisters and comfort of my feet. So this is a really cool little favourite of mine to use for night out. So if you're a party girl and you don't want your feet to stop you from partying all night, then this is definitely for you. Also, this has been a lifesaver of mine for 2016, and that is the Blistex Intense Moisturiser, and it's for your lips, so it's like a lip balm. It is the best lip balm on the market. I've tried so many lip balms. So I've got really chapped lips naturally, but I am on Roaccutane at the moment, and it's the only lip balm that keeps my lips moisturised for a really long time. The other stuff just seems to be absorbed super quickly, and I have to apply it like every 2 minutes. This it has a minty smell and it has like a minty feel, so if you don't like that, then it probably isn't the best for you. I love it personally. I love that kind of tingly feeling. It only lasts for like a couple of seconds, not even that. But it comes out white, so it's like a white liquid, and then within like a minute it'll go straight to clear. It's honestly saved my lips. And it's really cheap. I think it's like £2.50, and it lasts you, this is probably, I use this every day, and it lasts me about 2 months. So for my lips, I don't really have a specific product or colour that I love. I have a favourite brand and like make, so I'll get onto that in a minute. But my favourite lip liner is the MAC Strip Down Liner, and it's honestly just such a beautiful neutral tone for me. It just complements my skin tone. It's got really long like lasting power. and I love to ombre the outer corners of my lips. I've got it on now. So my favourite kind of lip products for 2016, again, I don't have like a specific colour, but they have been the NYX soft matte lip paints. I've used these constantly throughout the year. I use them throughout my whole freelance career, on clients, on myself. They are just kind of a beautiful texture and they really just complement everybody. The range of colours that NYX have is just insane. So these are definitely one of my favourites. They're really good price, really affordable, and I've repurchased these many times. But I'll just quickly tell you two of my favourites. So I love Abu Dhabi, I love Stockholm, and I like this one, but I don't know how to pronounce it. And the last time I tried to pronounce it, I got told off. So I think it's Cairo. Anyway guys, that completes my 2016 must-have favourite products of mine. I hope you've enjoyed this video and maybe saw a little bit of insight to my favourite products. So I'll leave all the links down below if you want to check any of those products out. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did to let me know that you enjoyed it. Leave comments down below so I can read them all. And remember, before you leave, please click the red button below and subscribe to my YouTube channel because I don't want you to miss out on any more cool makeup tutorials. So until next time, I'll see you soon.